I tried a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon HeartGold using only grass types. This turns out to be quite a difficult thing to do, so I'm breaking down the challenge into multiple videos. If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, I recommend you go and catch up on those. Otherwise, let's pick up where we left off with my team having just made it past Bugsy in attempt 4, with Bellsprout as the only casualty. Just like attempt 2, we pick up Tarragon the Execute from the Headbutt trees on Route 34, and then head straight into the battle with Whitney at Goldenrod Gym. Here we use the Leech Seed and Reflect Stallfest strategy to humble the heifer, just like attempt 2, and then we get another Dry Skin Paras from the bug catching contest, just like attempt 2. But unlike attempt 2, I am adequately prepared for the Burn Tower rival, who ended that ill-fated attempt. This time, I have a bag full of all the berries that are naturally available up until this point in the game. And that proves to be a wise choice, as Tarragon's equipped person berry heals his confusion after Bland's irritating Zubat strikes with yet another supersonic. I should add that from now on, after clearing out the Sudowoodo, I'm using PK Hex to give myself max berries, any that I obtain through legitimate means. This is because once you obtain a berry, that type can be infinitely farmed using the berry pots, but I just don't have the time or patience to do it IRL. In fact, I'm going to do this with all freebies like Game Corner coins and Pokeathlon prizes. Could this be considered cheating? Maybe, but I really don't give a furthest run! Fennel sinks Magnemite with a dig, and my rival is no match for my berry packing team of 5. That means this challenge is now into uncharted waters and things are not about to get any easier. Next up is Morty, the Ghost type gym leader, and although Ghost isn't super effective against grass, Morty is a Ghastly Lion mono trainer, and they're all dual poison types. Man, Johto is rough for grass Pokemon. I lead Bayleaf and set up a light screen against Morty's lead Ghastly before OHKOing the Spook with a Citrus Berry powered natural gift, which becomes a 60 base power psychic type move that is, of course, super effective against poison. Both of these moves are TMs available in the Goldenrod department store, which will be a recurring theme in this fight. Morty is pulling no punches and immediately sends in his ace Gengar, which is why I needed that light screen in place. I switch to Parasect while Gengar throws and misses a Sucker Punch. But disaster strikes on the next turn as Gengar lands a Hypnosis on Parasect, which is always a risk with my strategy. My back is against the wall here as nothing else on my team can even put a scratch on Morty's ace, so my only option is to go on the offensive. Fennel stays sleeping while Gengar fires off a Shadow Ball, which thankfully doesn't crit. With light screen up, this does about 30% damage to my Parasect. But have you been counting light screen turns? Because that was the last one. Another Shadow Ball will put Fennel down to red HP, but thankfully Gengar just opts to lock him into the battle with Mean Look, as we take another turn of sleep. It's kill or be killed for Fennel, as Gengar whiffs another Sucker Punch, but this spurs my fun guy into action as he wakes up and sets up a Swords Dance, putting himself in a position to win this fight. Now we just need to dodge a critical hit Shadow Ball, which we do! Gengar lands a Sucker Punch for a small amount of damage, while Fennel hits back with a Payapa Berry powered natural gift for a clean one-hit KO on his foe, thanks to that earlier Swords Dance. By the way, that Payapa Berry was a gift from my mum for sending her money. If there's one thing you should take from this video, it's that you should go and call your mum. She probably misses you. This leaves Morty with 2 Haunters, and he sends in his weaker one first. Haunter lays a curse on Fennel, who retaliates with Spore before switching to Skiploom. And now it's time to play dirty. Cilantro has the pestiferous moveset of Leech Seed, Synthesis, U-Turn and Protect, another Goldenrod department store TM by the way. And with this, she can stall Haunter while slowly chipping away at his health. Morty uses a Hyper Potion on Haunter, drawing this process out somewhat, but eventually he falls to Leech Seed damage, leaving just his older sibling in the way of us claiming the Fog Badge. We can take a similar approach to this fight by seeding Morty's final Pokemon and then U-turning into Gloom, which allows Cilantro to escape the Mean Look and Curse combo. Basil is also armed with a Payapa Berry natural gift, and although Morty heals on the turn she enters the fray, Basil brings Haunter right back to the red and finishes him off with a Mega Drain on the next turn. Damn, that was a satisfying victory. MVP of this fight? This guy right here. I don't think I've ever used Natural Gift in a Nuzlocke before, but after that, I won't overlook it ever again. With Morty's Fog Badge in the bag, I can now use Surf outside of battle, so we catch ourselves an emotional support Coral, Rock Salt, who has the added benefit of being our HM employee for the run. She lets me skip over the waves to Scionwood City, where I immediately hit the gym. Chuck with just 2 Pokemon is never really that challenging, but his Poliwrath can get annoying when it lands Sleep and Paralysis by way of Hypnosis and Body Slam. This means I do end up risking a critical hit Surf on Basil, but she stands firm and poleaxes the Tadpole. And this gives me the option of facing Jasmine or Price next, but I opt for the latter as his level cap is 1 lower than Jasmine's. But first I pay a visit to the newly opened Safari Zone, where I can catch my next encounter, Time the Sunkern, who thankfully sticks around long enough for my second Safari ball to snare her. She's pretty much useless until I get my hands on a Sunstone, but we've got a plan for that. By waiting until Saturday to enter the bug catching contest again, I can catch a Pinsir and win the first place prize, which just so happens to be a Sunstone. I do this twice because I also want one for Gloom, as I think Blossom will be more useful in the late game, for reasons to be revealed later. And now, with a full team of 6 for the very first time in this challenge, I head into the Mahogany Gym, which, being full of ice types, yet again puts my team of grass Pokemon at a type disadvantage. But that battle can wait for the next episode. So like and subscribe and all that crap, and you'll get notified when the next video drops. Otherwise, this is Redvol, saying TTFN.